Hi. Hey, welcome to the back end of Revelana. And we are going to talk about contacts today. So today's video is just about the very essentials of how do you set it up. And that's it. And then beyond that, we'll have videos that go into each layer and each capability. Now, I want to go into the big picture for just a second. What you want to do, for instance, is get over to Revelana.com, Revelana, Revelana.com, click on login and put your username and password in there. As soon as you do that, make sure you save it, have the system save your information. So every single time you want to get into your dashboard, all you're doing is going to Revelana.com, you're clicking the login, and it brings you right to your dashboard. And you don't have to use your login anymore. So once you're in your dashboard, which yours is going to look like this, more like this, and this is depressing. You're going to see a lot of zeros, right? And then you go to your contacts. That's also going to be depressing because it'll be empty. But I put in, this is a Revelana templates. I just put in some samples here. And these samples really are for you to see how the contacts look and how it works. And so eventually this is going to be thousands of people. Right now it is 6, right? It shows you 6 records. So when you click this up here, you're going to see that. So while it's 0, what you can do is just add contacts one by one. So you click this plus button, and this plus button, you don't have to fill in a logo for a person. I like putting someone's picture in their contacts so you remember who they are too, and your front desk can recognize them when they walk in the door if it's not you. As you grow bigger, it's always nice to have the picture of the person in their contact record because that's going to show up in the appointment system too. So you want to make sure you get everything added in. And when you have everything added in, and do it correctly. Make sure you have this with the first letter capitalized. Now, the reason, and have it spelled right. The reason I say that is whatever you put into this precious field shows up in all of your personalized marketing. If you have it lowercase, Tamara, like this one down here, it's just going to look a lot less professional and a lot less personalized. So please make sure you get that right. Get the right email. If this phone number is not if that phone number is not a cell phone, then you want to scroll down, make sure under text messages, if you know they don't have a cell phone or you don't have a cell phone number for them, click here because you don't want the system keep trying to send them texts. You'll know too, it lets you know, oh yeah, that's not their cell phone number. And it might even, when someone's in their record, when they show up for an appointment, might say, hey, I noticed we have a landline for you. Do you have a cell phone? It's so much better getting that cell phone number in there unless they never use it. You know what I mean? So that helps you. So keep that clean. Don't forget to press the save button. Make this save button your best friend. But for now, I'm going to close this. That's how you add it one by one. Now, keep in mind, so this is the export button. Once everyone is in there, you have the ability to highlight, to click here. It's going to tell you 6 records now, but that's going to be thousands. And then you can export them for, let's say, a mailing list. Maybe you want to do a mailing to them, a physical postcard. So whoever you're using to do your mailing, you send them the address list. That's how you get it out of here. But how do you get information in? Super, super easy. Now, if you have us on your full service and your support, the monthly support program, I want you to go to Revelana and then go to the services menu, and you'll see that we price everything incredibly low. So to give you incentive to use us and utilize our services. And just notice that if you have us on that monthly plan, we can do this for you. You can send us a list in an Excel spreadsheet or wherever you have it. We get it set up in an Excel spreadsheet the right way. And then you go to import contacts, you upload that into this. And then what happens is when you click next, it lets you map. It's called mapping. So it helps you, like, wherever that first name field is in your cells, in your Excel spreadsheet, in your CSV file, it's going to say, hey, is that first name? Is this last name? Is this phone number. And one thing I will let you know that is a nice little hack is when you're setting up your Excel spreadsheet, I want you to at least add yourself into your CRM. And that way, this will go into Sally's Sunspots. So in Sally's Sunspots file, you'll see it says first name, last name, email address, phone number, date of birth, tags. These are the fields that you want to make sure are columns in your Excel spreadsheet, and make sure you write it the exact same way they have it, and it'll be clean. You do have the ability to clean it up when you get to that mapping portion of the import. But what I also want to mention to you too, I want to explain tags and make sure you have that in there. But when you go to general information, see that? It says street address, and then it says city, and then state, right? And then zip. So you want to make sure it says the same thing so it maps properly. You don't have to worry about this /prov region. Just the first part of that says zip, first part of that says state. That'll map over properly. This, you don't have to worry about that. That's something much later we'll talk about. But just if you make sure that your Excel spreadsheet matches how this is set up here in each column, you'll be okay. And make sure the name is not all caps or not all lowercase. Make sure it has the capitalization correct. Make sure the emails are correct. The phone numbers can go in there. It has to say phone number, two different words, but the phone number itself can go in there written like this with parentheses. It can be dots in between. It can be dashes in between. That's fine. I want to explain date of birth. If you have birthdays right now, you want to make sure you get them in there, right? So in general, I was born a long, long time ago, but you don't really care when I was born. What I would do with the birthdays is I would change it to 2022, let's say. So let's say it might be not 2022 anymore by the time you watch this video, but let's say this year is 2022. So I'm going to pick 2022 because that's when I became a client. That's what that number turns into. Like, this is the year this person became a client, and her birthday, and this is my real birthday, is September 12th. So I pick September. Then I click on 12 and look, it pops in there, 9/12/2022. At some point in the future, keep in mind, everything you're doing in your contacts is going to flow into all of your automations, all of your marketing, everything downstream, even the mailing, the postcards, everything. So if it's clean in contacts, it's going to be clean downstream. The more data you have in here, it's going to be great. So these are the basics. The date of birth. If you have birthdays, please have it import in with your first import. And also notice you'll be able to send me, like, now that you know 9/12 is my birthday, you're going to be able to set one of our automations to sending me a special 3 weeks, 4 weeks before my birthday. And it can say, hey, Erica, happy birthday. Come on in. Or this is Sally Sunspots. Hey, Sally, come on in. It's your birthday. We'll get you all fixed up. You're going to look beautiful for your birthday. So that's a really good little piece of information to have. Under tags, what I would highly recommend on your spreadsheet ahead of time, because this can get very time consuming, is go through your contacts and under tags, have tags be one column. If they are a Botox client, then you want to write Botox client and then comma. And then you can also write, maybe they're also a PRP client. So you want to just have those tags in there and stick to the exact same tags every single time with every client, because at some point you're going to be pulling data based on those tags. Like, I only want to market to anyone who's got the tag Botox client. And then it's going to bring everyone up and you're going to be able to market to them. So if you can, I would go ahead and do that. We could always do that later stage, but I'm trying to save you money right now. This one, Sally. Okay. So Sally Sunspots, it says we're going to block her text messages. Okay, so I know this is a cell phone number, so I'm going to take that off, right? Just an example. But since I made a change to her right now, I want to press save. I made changes, right? I'm going to press save. Now watch, save disappears. If you go into a contact record and you didn't make any changes, when you scroll down, there's not going to be a save button. So every time you're in a contact record, always, always, always scroll down to check for that save button. And don't forget to save your changes. It doesn't do it automatically like Google. You have to save the changes. Now, the other thing is in general information. This is the only other tab right now that really makes a difference in this video. Make sure that this is also filled in cleanly, because again, this information is going to go into your marketing campaigns if you're doing a mailing. The other thing too, if everyone is in your, like this is set to Guatemala. I did that just to show someone in another video, but I'm in Phoenix. I want to make sure they're on the Phoenix time zone. It'll always pretty much default to your time zone. But let's say you're doing a text campaign and someone, and you're more national, maybe it's about your products and you're doing a national campaign. You don't want to text someone at midnight. So you want to make sure if you set it to 6 p.m. Arizona time, if you have their time zone set right, it's going to go to them at 6 p.m. their time. So this time zone is relevant for that reason. And other than that, I think this is enough for one video. I hope you get it. And we're going to go into other ways of using the CRM in a minute. Thanks. In other videos. Bye. Have a great week.